In this session, we're going to learn about the VLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. And to give you a demonstration of the VLOOKUP function, I have this table prepared over here, which includes the first column having as the form of numbers, and the next two columns being in the form of text values. Now, as always, I'm going to begin by typing in equal to before a function, and we go ahead and begin by using the VLOOKUP function, and it presents us with array which asks for four arguments, and it asks for a value of lookup value, the table array, and column index number, and the range lookup. Now we are going to discuss these one by one and look at the apprehensions of having multiple values in the range lookup value over here. And the first argument that we need to fill up in the VLOOKUP function is the lookup value itself. And the lookup value is the value that we are trying to look up in this whole table. Now, what do we exactly mean by looking up a value? Now, the basic functionality of VLOOKUP involves searching for a given text or an entity in one column, one vertical column, and giving the corresponding result in front of it. So say I am looking for the existence of the value 4.8 in this, and I really want the column the value in the second column to be returned over here, or I really want the value in the or in this third subsequent column to be returned over here. So this is just like that you have names presented of the individuals in the first column, and you really want the designations to come up when you want the individual's name to be searched. So in this example, we have taken in numbers just because it becomes more easy to explain the VLOOKUP function using numbers. Later on, we're going to see up advanced examples which are going to make things even more clearer. So in this case, we're going to look up for the value, say 2.15. So I begin by typing in 2.15. The next argument that we need to fill up is the table array, and in simple plain English, it means that the table in which I am trying to look up the value of 2.5. So it is, since it is this table I am trying to look up the value, so naturally it becomes we may think that we just need to select up the first column in which 2.15 may appear, but this is exactly not what we are going to do, because not only do we have to select that column in which 2.15 may appear, but we also need to select that part of the table in which our looked up value may come up. So since we want the result from, say, the next column from 215 over here, since we want t to be returned when we search for 2.15 in the first column, we need to select the column in which t may appear to. And if you want something to be returned from the text column 2 also, so you need to select the next column 2. So as you can see over here, we have selected A3 to C14 over here as our desired lookup table from where we want to search the value of 2.15. But please mind it, this 2.15 value would be searched only in the first column and not in any other subsequent column. So the next thing that Excel asks us to input is the column index number. Now this is the index number of the column from the left side of our selected portion in which we want the thing to be returned. So say you want something to be returned from the text column 1 over here, and beginning from the left side, since this was our first column in our selection, so this is the first column, and this is the second column, and this is the third column. I put in 2 over here, which will make me return the value that is in front of 2.15 in the second column over here. The last option to be presented over here is the true or false match. Right now we are going to go only for exact matches. That is, we are not going to consider inexact matches. That is part of the next session. So when we type in false over here and press the closing bracket button and pressing enter, you can see it gives us a value of t. Now the interpretation of this value is that the VLOOKUP function searched for the existence of 2.15 in this column, and then gave you the when it found the value of 2.15, that is here in this portion, let's name it red, and it gave you the value that existed in the second column corresponding to 2.15. So this was our first column, this is our second column, and as a result it has returned us t over here. So this is about the VLOOKUP function. So before we close this session, let's look at a scenario in which we put in a number which is not in any of these columns. So say I want a value of 1 to be searched in this table. So you know that it is going to look up for a value of 1 in this column, which it is not going to find since there is none. And I'm going to mark up the table array. Say this one again. I want the number 2 to be returned, and again false, because I want exact match to be done. And by exact match I mean I want Excel to look at an exact value, look for the existence of exact value 1 in this first column. And pressing the enter button, you see it gives me an error which indicates that the value of 1 does not exist in this table, that is in this column itself. So this is the end of the part 1 of the VLOOKUP function in Excel. Thank you for watching.